There's a lot of people in the world right now. I mean, a lot. It's like we're dealing with like 93 degrees. A lot of people, you know. The sound doesn't really matter. The sound does matter, but you capture the sound and you move on. But there's a lot of people, a whole lot of people, that you can't even really make a right-hand turn at times. That's the new construction going on over that way.
I feel like I had a Dylan earlier. Are you sure? Does it tell you what's on it?
Like rice, beans, and stuff like that. Pulled up, I was like, it's not that hard. You know, they try to make a brain science. You know, it's for Dylan. I'm doing a delivery for Bob Dylan. He came out to Texas and he's trying to organize the whole Texas Speedway thing. So he's here. He flew down here and he's trying to organize the whole Texas Speedway thing. So he's here. He flew down here and he's trying to talk with some people that think it's a good idea, and they're against it because everybody's afraid that they're going to get corona, but Texas can do their own thing. So he's trying to do the whole thing, and I'm bringing him some Chinese food, and we're going to have a little session. I'm going to do a little session with the egg. GPS is everything in my business. Without the GPS, well, I worked for Go Between in 2000, 2001. That's where I was delivering checks to movie stars like Molly Ringwald and Ellen Bernstein and stuff like that. Well, anyway, I was driving around different parts of Hollywood, and I did not have a GPS. I only had a Mapsco. True story. So I'd have to pull over and do all the calculations and figure out where I'm going to turn and remember it all in my head. And it was a nightmare. I got to go here in a minute. But everybody that stayed there, they had GPS. They had a GPS system that monitored everywhere. It was a nightmare. I got to go here in a minute. But everybody that stayed there, they had GPS. They had a GPS system that monitored everywhere they went. Back in this little cul-de-sac right here, it's really strange, some of these cul-de-sacs in Texas, because it's different. There's different themes in each cul-de-sac. You know, it's like some are full of like police officers. I don't mean like police officers, but like there'll be scattered police cars, and the fact that some police officers will live like in these back cul-de-sacs, kind of private areas. But then there's also kind of like firemen. You'll have like firemen areas where there's firemen that live in certain areas. Then you'll have like, I don't know, like a weirdo cultist type of person that has like a weird pentagram upside down on it. There's like weird people living in weird areas in cul-de-sacs. Yeah, so anyway, so this guy's probably moving or coming. I don't know if he's staying or... Got a lot of mobile minis. These pods. They show up. Okay, R2. That's basically R2. So I'm going to introduce you to Waze. If you don't know about Waze, I don't know if everybody knows show up this thing. Let's go right here. These pods. They show up. Okay, R2. That's basically R2. So I'm going to introduce you to Waze. If you don't know about Waze, I don't know if everybody knows about this thing. Let's go right here. So Waze basically is like my R2, D2. Okay. Like I got a lot of things that I got to deal with. Bluetooth kicking in, which will take over the camera, and you have to restart everything. I got wires down here that I have to deal with right here. And I got a musical band that I have to throw together to make music for the show, right? And then I deal with R2. R2 reminds me you're going the wrong way. He goes, beep, beep. It's Waze, okay? I call him Waze. But it's also known as R2 to all you Star Wars fans. And then I got to worry about my ego because people, oh, it's vain and all this stuff. Who cares? Hey, this right here is Holy Hill, right? Can you read that? I don't know. I'm just saying it, you know. But the thing is that you just kind of go and it all just kind of comes together. Now, look, here's how it sparks, man. Look at these trees. And the cicadas. Which is like the sounds of the South, as Breck Roll quotes in his show. The sounds of the South. So there are sounds in the South. The cicadas, you know, they make this sound. Not that sound, but that was my shaker. It was Linda's on drums sometimes. Not drunk, but drums. Well, she's not drunk. She's on the drums sometimes. But other than that, she's doing the Mick Jagger lead vocal kind of things. I don't know if she has that, but she definitely has the ability, the superpowers of improv, better than anybody I've ever known in my entire life. Comes out Patti Smith style thinking, but with a Generation X and Generation Y undertone. But what I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of thoughts coming at you in a montage. And if I was at Disney World just pointing, saying, look, that's Disneyland, that's Disney World, there's Mickey Mouse, right? I think that's dangerous because we need poetry and we need to not always make sense. If we make sense too much, that can be dangerous. So every once in a while, we got to go crazy, kind of like Seal says, you know, you're never going to survive unless you get a little crazy.